I just want your professional biomechanical opinion on this. Maybe you,
I think I just saw this on Twitter.
maybe you did. I want you to discuss back to the angular momentum. So obviously he's doing a Happy Gilmore, right?
He needs a better pair of FootJoys.
He steps into it, and then he just kind of shallows it down into the turf here, right? So he's, I don't know, maybe 2 feet before the ball and at least a foot inside the ball, right? But I want you to discuss what is the science of why the hell all of a sudden he just goes full tailspin here. Like why all of a sudden is he rotating so much?
Because both feet both feet came off the ground. And when you have when there's no point of contact with either foot at all, you immediately start to rotate around your center of mass, and you have a much smaller moment of inertia. So I would equate this to if you did that trust catch thing
where you just fall backwards,
where you fall backwards, but your feet stay in contact with the ground, you rotate relatively slowly. It'd still hurt when you hit the ground, but it doesn't feel like some wild out of control thing. Okay. Yeah. Like you don't have this high angular rate of motion. But when you're walking down the street are you in Edmonton, Teague?
Yeah.
Yeah. In the middle of February, and you plant and you slip on ice, it's a violent, it looks like this, even though you're just walking casually, and all of a sudden it's like, feels like a linebacker has come and clotheslines you in the chest, and you slam into the ground violently. It's like, it's so fast, you're like, you can't even catch yourself. You feel wild, right?
Yeah.
And that's because the instant the feet lose contact with the ground, you start rotating around your center of mass. So that bit of the angular momentum that he's generated is gonna.
So basically, you're saying the moment of inertia goes down,
big time,
and the angular velocity picks up, and he just
exactly
faster and faster.
Exactly. Yep.
It's wild.
It is wild, and that's crazy. And then he hit the ground, but that golf ball. It would be interesting to know if he actually hit the golf ball, because that golf ball is probably going to take 25% of that momentum out of the system, right? So that club head that was traveling at 100 miles an hour would have dropped down to 75 miles an hour, maybe even more, maybe 70. And he could have been anticipating that.
I think he was at least 6 drinks deep here, but good effort he made at it.
So his problem was he flexed those knees. He should have continued to really contract the quads hard and extend, but instead of doing that, he starts to fire the hamstrings and watch that lead leg. He pulls that lead leg heel up.
Yeah.
Right here. Yeah. That's a mistake.
You're right. As soon as that heel comes up, you can almost see him speeding up.
Yeah. That's a mistake. Oh, he should have kept extending that lead knee. And that would have kept putting force into the ground, and that would have slowed things down. He did not do that.
Awesome.